turn up the volume and
thick black smoke pouring from the stacks of thousands of factories. Puffing energetically from the nostrils of busy railway engines, hauling people and the products of their factories. Or more sedately from ships that travel the sea. Smoke from coal, measuring the economic health of a nation and its progress toward world greatness. This buried sunshine is the driving force behind the life of every country, linking past with present to provide an ever-improving future. But to win this great boon from the earth, man must work. Every lump of coal is earned, torn and hauled from the earth by force. Even in the best of mines, the workman spends most of his life underground. In earlier times, mining was fraught with hardship, toil, and discomfort. Mining communities reflected the scarcity of amenities, and children seldom expected a life different from their fathers. The Joint Coal Board was created to rectify these conditions, not only to modernize methods, but to assist miners' families and children to a richer, healthier, and more contented life. And here is one of the unique and effective ways in which the Joint Coal Board benefits mining communities: the sponsorship of picked boys and girls of mining families to attend National Fitness School Term Camps. This is Joy Adams, who's 12, the daughter of a wheeler in one of the large mines. Here's Billy Watson. They'd both like to go camping. For those whose scholastic record is satisfactory, entrance to the National Fitness Camp is simple. A short interview with the Coal Board representative, and the precious application form is theirs. Meanwhile, Dad finishes his day at the mine, where he too has had a chance to see some of the Coal Board's efforts to make working conditions better. But he doesn't know the surprise that's in store for him at home. Oh, look, Dad, the Coal Board is sponsoring me for a session at the National Fitness Camp. It's 2 whole weeks, and it counts as school attendance, too. Mum says I can go. Can I, please? Oh, please, Dad. Talking it over at the dinner table, they agree that it's a wonderful opportunity. 2 weeks at Camp Wollstonecroft on Lake Macquarie, with other girls of Joy's age. 2 weeks of school in the open air, with special teachers, all a part of the school syllabus. And the cost? Only a few shillings a week for meals and facilities at the camp. The Coal Board pays the rest, even traveling expenses and meals en route. What family would refuse their children such a treat, and an opportunity for education and citizenship? So after a few days of excited preparation, off Joy goes to the station, where a Coal Board representative will chaperone her and the rest of the party during their journey. Newcastle Station is a ferment, of course. Not only Joy and the group for the girls' camp, there are 40 or 50 boys, including young Billy, bound for their own camp at Broken Bay on the Hawkesbury River. It's a trainload of excited boys and girls that finally pulls out from the station. Goodbye, goodbye, back in 2 weeks. There's Billy Watson waving more wildly than anybody. Leaving the crowded coal towns and cities behind, they will soon be at their respective camps. Probably the first time many of them have ever spent a night in the open. Nothing is forgotten either. A healthy lunch provided by the sponsor. Here's where the two groups part. The lucky girls are first off. The boys have a little further to go. My, it's a good thing they told us just what to bring. These suitcases could have been so much heavier. Here's one who wishes she'd only brought a comb and a toothbrush. Special buses are ready to carry them to their destination. Beautiful lakeside camp, set among towering gardens. The girls can't wait to explore their new home or to indulge in a game of Vigoro among the trees. Sports occupy a large part of the program and not only help to build strong, healthy girls, but encourage friendships and develop good citizens through group activity. Tumbling is a sport that many of the girls never before had a chance to try. With a little practice, this group will soon be attempting really difficult things. Handicrafts are taught too, and many girls go home proudly bearing leather articles that they've made themselves. First aid instruction is a standard feature. No, this is not the way the girls have their meals normally. It's outdoor cooking instruction in preparation for the two-day bivouac that is a feature of each camping period. Of course, manners are not quite what they are at home. After they've mastered this, the pupils will hike off to their distant campsite, pitch their own tents, and live without benefit of civilization for 2 whole days. Every night it's a weary but happy group that retires to its cabin. The day's not necessarily over then, for some may still have chores to do then. Each group is responsible for the upkeep of its own quarters. Next morning, they're out bright and early to see what the woods and waters have in store. And of course, the first thought, a swim. Careful there, girls, don't stick that toe in too deep. Is it cold? The temperature's approved. Word quickly gets around and the rush begins. Everybody swims here. Those who don't know how are taught immediately. For the country girls, this would be a day to remember. Water isn't usually to be had in quantities big enough to swim in the outback. There's the first of the season, and more to follow. Perhaps they won't all venture in at first, but before long, they'll all be splashing around. This is one of the marvelous ways that country and city children can learn from each other, giving and taking, and developing a better understanding of each other. There's Joy showing what she learned last year at the local bar. Reluctantly, are they just a little bit tired now? The girls straggle back to the camp. There are lots more things to do though. Games, nature studies, folk dancing, campfire singing. And their 2 weeks will end all too soon, but not in their memories. Happy holidays. And what of Billy Watson and his crowd of boys? Here's where the boys' group have landed. A camper's paradise on the shores of the Hawkesbury. Little Patonga it's called, and to these boys it's many worlds away from the coal cities left behind. Like Point Wollstonecraft, this camp is new and modern, and like the whole National Fitness camping scheme, but so popular that total attendance has gone from 300 in 1937 to more than 60,000 camper days in 1948. Here's one sport that isn't found at the girls' camp. It's one of the boys' favorites on visiting day, when parents are allowed to come and watch the camp routine, and some things that are not in the routine. This group has trained long and hard for this stunt, a perfect demonstration of coordination and physical condition. The aesthetic side is not neglected by any means, for the camp is actually part of the school term. There are opportunities here that the boys can never get in their art classes at school, and they're encouraged to take advantage of them. First aid too. You never know when a knowledge of simple treatments will come in handy, and you couldn't find a more pleasant spot in which to learn. Every National Fitness camp has one of these trained nurses in residence, not only for instruction, but to take care of those cases of sunburn and cut fingers that boys and girls are bound to collect. Now for a jumping demonstration. Well done. Uh-oh, maybe we're going to need the sister over here. Ouch! Just as at the girls' camp, the boys get instruction in campcraft in preparation for their two-day bivouac. This is one of the staples of their diet then, the old-time damper, but made on a stick these days. You can see who have the biggest appetites, or will their eyes prove to be bigger than their stomachs? Oh, surely it must be a joint effort. That honey will make it tasty. Well, it looks like he's determined to conquer. He'll probably be made official cook on the bivouac. They can't camp out without tents, so the art of pitching one so that it will stay pitched is carefully taught. The boys also pick their own campsite for the bivouac. This is one of the most exciting features of the fortnight at both the boys' and girls' camps. Plenty of time for games, too. Everybody's favorite is available. Here's the popular school days pastime of softball. But it's at nightfall that the full measure of comradeship and the deeper values of the National Fitness camps are realized. With the benevolent hand of nature spread over them, gathered at the campfire singing the nostalgic or spirited camping songs, boys are drawn nearer and nearer together. This is one of their favorites, picking up pawpaws. Dancing it amuses everyone, especially the boys who are involved.
John
Another favorite is the Indian war dance, complete with blankets. Each day seems to end too soon, but the cozy bunks are very inviting. And so we've seen just a little of the widespread program of school term camping that is bringing a new education experience to thousands of New South Wales schoolboys and girls.